What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're talking about fragrances per the season we're currently in. We're talking about autumn, the fall season, but we're also talking about fragrances that are pretty good at getting compliments, at least in my experience. Highly complimented type of DNAs, stuff that you guys are concerned with. I totally get it. Who doesn't like getting a nice compliment from somebody based off of what you're wearing? As somebody that enjoys wearing fragrance and talking about fragrance, I know I enjoy it when it happens, though there's never a guarantee. It's always nice when it does happen. I've got a collection of 10 fragrances that I want to talk to you about that seem to do the trick. Stay tuned. Starting with mass appealing fragrance lovers' favorite. It's such a favorite. It's Prada Rossa Carbon. So very much a better lavender take on Dior Sauvage, I guess you could say. Some people will call it a clone, and yeah, it came out after, so it kind of is, but the lavender they use, it's better. It makes it better. If I had to pick one, I would pick this. I've actually done a battle video between this and the other toilette. I would pick this over Dior Sauvage because it's got a cleaner, more luxurious smell to it. It's not as screechy while still being loaded with ambroxan. It's a goodie. Easy to go nose blind to this one, though. There's even like a little bit of a earthy metallic smell to it. There are metallic mineral notes to it, but it's got like this soil tincture type of feel. It's almost like a dirt soil smell. It's weird. I get it. It's not overran. It's kind of a darker, earthy nuance that's tied into it with this clean, soapy lavender, fresh ambroxan, beautiful citrus. It's good stuff. It's a great performer. More times than not, you'll probably get a compliment at some point during your day. Again, there's no guarantees, but this one raises that probability very, very well. You can wear this one year-round, don't get me wrong, but I think the transitional seasons, such as spring and fall, really suit this best, and you can wear it for anything. Dressed up, dressed down, really doesn't matter. It's a great fragrance for all of it. We're talking about Prada Rossa Carbon. This next one is crazy strong, an intense version of an extremely popular mass-appealing compliment getter known as Cedrat. This is Mancera's Intense Cedrat, cleverly named, right? It's a 40% oil concentration version that's warmer, spicier, and a little bit more animalistic. There's some Cambodian oud that kind of intenses a little bit of the funk here. Leather suede kind of smell to it. Much more of an enhancement versus the original. The original had leather, but I never found it to be a dominant smell. I got more woody nuance out of the original, whereas here you definitely get more of the leathery smell. Warm and spicy, sharp lemon, fruity smell. The black currant still has that tart, juicy fruit smell to it. This is a monster, though. You don't need a lot of sprays of this one. It has all of the appeal of the original with some added heft and oomph. And that oomph is that push, that thick aroma in the air that's going to grab people. It's going to captivate people. This is most people's favorite version because of things like that. Though if you wanted the added freshness, you could always go with the original. I like both for different seasons and the cooler weather such as fall and winter. That's where this one shines in my opinion. So definitely one worth checking out if you're interested in people telling you smell good. It's Intense Cedrat. Bang for your buck affordable vanilla. So this is a hype beast. The best designer affordable vanilla fragrance out there in my opinion. It's smoky, it's ambery. It is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This is such a hype beast, guys. I sprayed this one when I was gathering them. We're going to spray it again. Such a delicious vanilla. There's a little bit of ambroxan here that does add a little bit of a freshness, helps it push off the skin. It will grab people. It will captivate. It's warm and ambery with a creamy, sweet vanilla smell and a nice, dark, smoky incense. It's not really all that spicy. It does have a nice sweetness overall. Like I said, more of an amber vanilla than anything else, with a hint of incense. It's gorgeous. 8 to 10 hours in longevity. Great projector for about 2 hours. Great evening wear, daytime wear, date night. It's good for all that. Cooler weather, I would say, for daytime, but evenings and dates, this is pretty much a superstar for it. One that's absolutely worth the hype it has garnered over the years. That is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. At the recording of this, I just wore this fragrance last week. It is such a gorgeous, pretty unique fragrance overall. Not for everybody, but I'll tell you what, most people really, really love the intoxication of this aroma. It's Parfums de Marley Leighton. Beautiful mentholic gel-like smell at the top with some fruity apple, spicy cardamom, a dark woody nuance, and some creamy, almost burnt vanilla, if you will. It's very dark and ambery as it dries down. I love this fragrance so much. I really do. I ranked it in a recent live stream with my good friend Justin Copeland over on his channel as my number 2 from Parfums de Marley. It's that good. Great performer. Captivating, highly complimented for a lot of people. I'm speaking of Justin. I know he's gotten his fair share of compliments with this. I think he actually said it's one of his like top 2 or 3 most complimented fragrances in his collection. He's got hundreds of bottles. For those of you that know of Justin, he's got hundreds of bottles. So I mean, it's a pretty bold statement right there to say it's one of your most complimented. And I see where he's coming from. I've gotten my fair share with this one. I do think it shines best in the cooler weather, such as the autumn season, like we're featuring here today in this video. Not a safe blind buy. It's definitely one worth sampling, though. I would say get out, get a sample, buy a small decant, and experience it. See if it's for you. You might even get a compliment from a little small sample size wearing. You never know, because it is some pretty strong stuff. You don't need a lot of sprays. And that's Parfums de Marley, Layton. One that I know I'm not the only fan of this fragrance, but it doesn't get enough love. It's Spicebomb Night Vision Oud Parfum. The newest fragrance in the line, Spicebomb Infrared. We're going to get this to focus whether it likes it or not, that beautiful green label. Spicebomb Infrared Oud Parfum, I think, is the best in the line, but this is a close second, I think. So, immensely powerful, creamy, sweet, a little bubblegummy even. Has nutty notes, pistachio, just offers this creamy, almost cashew-like, cashew and pistachio type of mixture. Not quite almond, but, you know, add to that creamy nuance overall. Of think of, you know, the different, not necessarily hazelnut, but your pistachios, almonds, cashews, peanuts, that kind of thing, that smell that most of them have. You get some of that with some nice peppered spice, pimento kind of thing going on here. Woods. Oh, it's just a beautiful fragrance, and it's a beast. This stuff's powerful. It's so good. It's so much better than the Eau de Toilette, and I love the Eau de Toilette. I'm one of the few that really enjoys that fragrance. As far as I know, it's only a few of us. A few of you watch this channel. Shout outs to you Night Vision EDT appreciators. But the EDP, I got to agree with everyone else. It is better, and it deserves more love. It doesn't get enough love, and I tell you what, quietly, an extreme compliment getter. I say quietly because nobody really talks about that. Maybe it's just me. Maybe me and Fragrance Fraternity. Shout outs to him. I know he wears this pretty often to gigs, and he gets his share of compliments. Maybe it's just me and him that get compliments from this fragrance. I don't know. But I would encourage you to get a sample or a decant, try this one, go to a Sephora, go wherever they sell Spicebomb, and try it on your skin. Go walk around. Get around your girl. See what she thinks. Don't even tell her, hey, check this out. Just see if she reacts to it. You might be surprised. You might end up getting a bottle. Because, yeah, it's that good. It's Viktor and Rolf Spicebomb Night Vision Eau de Parfum. So with this next one, I was very torn on should it be this one or it's Parfum Flanker. And when I think back, I think this is hands down the winner as far as what's gotten me the most compliments. It's Azzaro The Most Wanted. I still lean to where it's, I think, my favorite in the line, but very narrow margin over the Parfum. The Parfum Flanker, this and Most Wanted Parfum, they're highlights of the line for sure. Literally at the recording of this video, I wore the newest version, the Eau de Parfum today, and when you compare it to these, such a letdown. It's not a bad fragrance. It actually smells good. It's a designer fragrance from Azzaro. They all smell good, but these are far superior. Beautiful toffee sweetness, nice spice. I believe it's a little bit of cardamom with some warm amber. It's simple. There's a little bit of a woody nuance, a little hint to the bubblegummy sweetness. It's simple overall. It performs really well. It's youthful. It's nothing serious, but it sure pulls a compliment or two. I have to say, based on my experience, not my most complimented fragrance I have in my collection, but for this particular season, which is really when I wear it, fall and winter, more times than not, because I don't really wear it. I have so many fragrances, I don't wear everything all the time over and over every season. So when something happens with one of them, it's pretty noteworthy because I can think back to the couple of times I wore that fragrance in said season, because I'm super seasonal when it comes to my fragrances. And last fall, probably a handful or so of compliments and like 3 or 4 wearings, if I remember correctly. Haven't worn it yet this fall, but that's about to change. We're going to throw it in the rotation. And I encourage you to do the same if you haven't. And if you haven't tried it, get out and sample it. Because if you're looking for a compliment king, Look no further. Azzaro's got you covered with the most wanted. Now, I pretty much like to wear this one in fall. And I would be fooling myself if I didn't put it in this video, because Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum is easily one of my most complimented for the season. I love this fragrance. It's literally my favorite. I would probably take this over my bottle of Credaventus, over Not Only Intense, over Infini Absolute. I really think when it comes to the, smells like Credaventus, as far as affordable stuff, it's definitely my favorite. And then on top of that, I think it's because of the mood and the feeling it puts me in when I wear it, when I smell myself, that really, I guess, creates more of a charisma to pull people in even more, especially the wife. Wife's a big fan of this one. Smoky Magic, Candied Lemon. Beautiful, dark, rich, smoky. There's additional fruits here, but I get a lot of that lemon. It's not harsh and scratchy and synthetic cleaner smelling like the Eau de Toilette can come across to some. I get a little bit more rose here and some vanilla sweetness as it dries, dark musk. It's really good, guys. Really good. I think it's the best one in the line. The only one I don't have is the Oud Parfum. I have the EDT. I have the Pure Perfume Parfum. I have this one, but this is so good. When I get in the mood for this, Club de Nuit Intense Man, period, I reach for this one. I have to make myself spray other ones on occasion, which I do enjoy, but this one's just far superior. Not just for it being the most complimented for me of the bunch. It's the one I enjoy smelling the most. Performance is great, 10-hour range. It's not obnoxiously loud, but it's definitely loud. It's a loud fragrance on my skin. Again, Smoky Magic, absolutely worth the extra money over the Eau de Toilette, in my opinion. Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum. Now here's a blast from autumn's past that I haven't wore yet this fall. And that's going to change, especially talking about it, spraying it, and smelling it. I actually bought this in the fall 3 years ago when I first moved to Colorado. It actually showed up at the Marshalls in Colorado Springs. It's Bvlgari Man in Black. Oh yes, this is such a goodie. When it comes to Bvlgari Man in Black, man, a lot of people are going to relate it to Spicebomb, and I get that. But it's boozy, and then it dries down floral. It's so different from Spicebomb. The opening, sure, there's a similarity, like I said, because of the spiciness. But that warm, rich rum smell at the top, and then it dries into an iris tuberose combination with a little bit of wood. It surprisingly nuances very well for what I would consider a mid-level designer, the Bvlgari Man line. I don't think it's been topped. They got a ton of flankers in this Bvlgari Man line. This in itself is a flanker. This is a flanker to Bvlgari Man. I still think it's the best one. Average to slightly above average. I get around 7 hours of longevity out of this. It's pretty pronounced for a solid hour and a half or so. Saage is decent, though not overwhelming strength in the scent bubble after the projection calms down. But man, I have gotten my share. So the last 2 autumn seasons I wore it. I haven't wore it yet this year. And I want to say all but like twice of me wearing it, because I've only wore it like maybe 10 times since I got the bottle. I want to see maybe 2 out of the 10 I didn't get a compliment. Because I typically wear this one to go out and about. I mean, this isn't something I just lounge around the crib wearing. This is a little bit more special, a little bit more elegant, evening appropriate, cool weather. Autumn. I get out and do a lot of stuff in the autumn seasons, and this is a great fragrance for doing such. And if you're looking to get compliments, it's tried, it's true, it's Bvlgari's Man in Black. This next one I typically wear year-round. I've worn this on hikes in the summer when I lived in Colorado. I love wearing this fragrance at random, but I do think the best season for it is the fall. Secondary would be winter, because it's very spicy. A little smoky, ambery. It is Dior Sauvage Parfum. This is my big 200 milliliter bottle. I love this fragrance. Let me get it to focus. If I can get it to focus. There we go. I had to block me out. This, so underappreciated. Such an underappreciated fragrance. It's still my favorite Sauvage. Over Elixir, over Eau de Parfum, the EDT. Cool Spray was a marketing gimmick. I've smelled it. It's just the EDT in an aerosol can, which made it fresher. It's basically what it was. It didn't smell bad. It smelled like Dior Sauvage EDT, just a little fresher. But this, so good. So good. And underrated and underappreciated because of the anosmia people get from this one, saying it's weak and no projection, and gone in 30 minutes, bro. And no, boo-boo. That is not the case with Sauvage Parfum. This is ridiculously long-lasting. For those of you who like to spray your clothes, weeks. Weeks. You spray this on a jacket, it's staying on that jacket for the whole season, damn near. Weeks. You hear me? And on skin, it radiates. It's not room filling after about an hour, because it will surprise you how loud this shit is in the first hour. Sorry for the cursing. It slipped. It happened. I'm not editing it out. The first hour, it will surprise you at how freaking strong this is. Going into the second hour, it starts to settle down a little bit, but it still pushes off skin pretty good. And then the Saage here. There's a consistent, thick aroma that's going to follow you all over everywhere, and you're probably going to wear, your nose is going to wear out to this. Happens to me. And then 7, 8, 9, 10 hours later, your nose is going to come back to life, because it will admittedly have gotten weaker, but still be coming off the skin quite a bit. Your Saage is going to be decent, and you'll start smelling it all over again. Like I said, this stuff lasts forever. It does not need to last as long as it does. And I know it's not just me. I have several friends that this is their favorite, online friends that this is their favorite version, because they took my advice on this one. Shout outs to you guys. You know who you are. Try this one, guys. Don't write it off. Not a safe blind buy. It is very pricey for a designer fragrance. It's very, very pricey. But damn is it good. And it doesn't get enough love. And it's a compliment. Monster. Because it's not just some ambroxan bomb. It smells like Sauvage. It does tie to the DNA. Even though they don't list the ambroxan, you smell it there. But it's more resinous, smoky, and ambery. It's matured and well-rounded and so much smoother. It's the ultimate version of Sauvage, in my opinion. And it's a straight-up compliment magnet, in my experience. Again, that's Dior Sauvage Parfum. Then last but not least, this is not that great of a summer fragrance, though I have wore it in the summer, but fall season, ideal. It is Zaharoff. Signature Rosé, one of my most complimented fragrances ever. This stuff has had people stop me in my tracks in grocery stores, at Walmart, at Kroger. It's happened multiple times. It's a phenomenal sweet smoky rose. So you have sugar cane and vanilla bean is your sweetness here. You have a nice ambery tone. It's warm, rich, and ambery. The oud is just a dry wood smell. It doesn't have any oud funk whatsoever. Whatever oud oil that Claude used for this, no funk to me whatsoever. But there is a variety of roses here. Turkish rose, absolute. There's Bulgarian rose. There's Chinese peony. There's a lot of red and pink floral here, but not a feminine fragrance, not to me. I think it's perfectly unisex, more of a masculine-leaning rose. Though my wife does have her own bottle, it smells phenomenal on her. It's more of a smoky rose on me, more of a sweet rose on her. We both have gotten our fair share, a lot of compliments, actually, both of us. Not just from one another, because we both love how it smells on each other and ourselves, but out and about. This is another one that, yeah, I do wear just lounging around the crib when I have a good shave with the shave set that matches it. But in the fall, this is when we go out in the evenings. This is one that we both like to reach for. We kind of do a couples theme sometimes with this one. Usually when one of us wears it, the other's like, ooh, I'm going to wear that too, if we both haven't sprayed anything yet. So phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal fragrance. One of my most complimented fragrances ever in my collection. This is amazing, and I strongly encourage you, spend the $5 and get a sample from the link down below and try it for yourself. Another one, not a safe blind buy. But man, you want some compliments in the fall? Get you this. Zaharoff Signature Rosé. Well, that's the 10. Is that the only 10? Of course not. But that's the 10 that I felt best suited this based on my experience. Now, there's no guarantees that my experience will be the same experience that you have and vice versa. But it is what it is. I'm just sharing it with you guys, right? And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Any of these work for any of you guys? Anything similar here for you? Or what's your most complimented fragrance? Are you seasonal like me, and there's certain ones when the fall hits, you pull off, you move to the front shelf, dust them off a little bit, and that's what's going in the rotation? Let me know down in the comments. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of the 10 that I discussed in this video and you give them a spray now, I'm pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.